Yo, what's going on, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG, and I know what you're thinking. Holy crap, Dylan. You actually uploaded something other than a deck profile video. It's pretty surprising, right? Now, before I get into this list, I need to just talk to you guys real quick about kind of why it might look like it's a little more on the newbie side. Because I know there's someone out there right now that's like cracking their knuckles getting ready to type, this list is trash, because that's like the go to internet word. But anyway, I pretty much like whenever rotation got announced as such, I didn't really go into the prepper planning of, getting stuff ready for next format or this current format. So yeah, I just kind of built this deck with what I had and what was available to me. So there's obviously some stuff in here you can throw in like reset stamp and such. But for the most part, this deck's kind of fun. It's going to be Aerodactyl or Arcanine Aerodactyl, and the general strategy behind this deck is to basically just kind of go the greens route. That's why stuff like Dedenne and all that isn't in here. There is Ditto. Ditto can be a little awkward with greens, but yeah, for the most part, it's kind of move like a greens route with this. But essentially, you're just going to use your Grand Flame attack on your Arcanine to charge up some attackers. And you can honestly throw in some other attackers too if you like. I just decided to partner up Arcanine with Aerodactyl because I really like the Pokemon Research Lab Aerodactyl combo. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Arcanine here. Has the attack Grand Flame for 3 fire energy, which actually doesn't seem like a good card, but because of Welder, it just makes this card really viable. And I've actually seen this splashed into some other fire decks last season, so I'm really curious to see if Arcanine is gonna be making another presence this season. But yeah, Grand Flame for 3 fire energies. You can attach 2 fire energy cards from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Just a really good way to kind of get some energy out onto the field. And then Heat Tackle, if you do need to use this attack, is pretty handy. It does 190 damage. Arcanine is going to do 150 or 150, Jesus, 50 to itself. Excuse me. There's like A's and like hundreds and stuff all here, so I'm probably gonna screw up. Yeah, Heat Tackle is gonna do 190 if you need to like pull off like a big attack. You're gonna do 50 to yourself, but still, I mean, 190 damage is pretty considerable. If you kind of soften up some Pokemon, you can just kind of come in and sweep up with that. But Grand Flame is just a really good attack overall because it softens up Pokemon, gets some energy out on the board, and it's pretty nice. We're gonna be playing a 4/4 line of Aerodactyl. Or see, I told you, we're gonna be playing a 4/4 line of Arcanine. There we go. And now we're going to take a look at Aerodactyl. So Aerodactyl is a card that is actually pretty solid for the most part. It was kind of weird last format because you had to use like the whole unidentified fossil nonsense. And to be honest with you, Pokemon has not been generous to fossils for quite some time now. But Aerodactyl has a very, very nice attack here in Fossil Fang. Supersonic is also actually a pretty good attack. It just confuses your opponent's Pokemon. But Fossil Fangs is really good because it says if you don't have any GX or EX Pokemon on your bench, which we don't run in this deck, this attack does 90 more damage. So yes, for a TCE as I like to call it, or just 3 energies in general, you're going to do 180 damage, and you can pull this Pokemon right out of your deck with Pokemon Research Lab, one of the newer cards here. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for up to 2 Pokemon that evolve from unidentified fossil, put those Pokemon onto their bench, and shuffle their deck. And yeah, and whenever you do search it out, your turn does end, but still, it's actually a pretty solid card. You can just kind of go ahead and get them out of there. It can really be a hindrance like late game or mid to late game just because your turn ends. But still, I mean, greens, you play 4 of them, so you're able to get that out. And it's just kind of like that's the card I really like to open with is greens. And Pokegear kind of helps with that. So yeah, this deck definitely does need some more work, but this is just kind of what I'm working with right now. So you guys can take it and kind of adjust it and such. But yeah, we don't run any EX or GX in this deck, obviously. But we also are going to run Slowking, and the Slowpoke I'm running here is the one with Yawn, just in case you might need to put your opponent's Pokemon to sleep. But Slowking has a really nice second attack. It is, of course, a water type. It has Psychic 60, and then this attack does 20 more damage times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Now, you can evolve Slowking from Ditto or Slowpoke, and we also run triple acceleration energy in case we do need those in here. But yeah, honestly, you can just kind of slap down Slowking, do some considerable amount of damage if you're going up against a Reshizar deck, Blacephalon, or if you're going it up against a Heatran for that, it's just really a good card all around for just fire attackers. And any Pokemon really that runs like a decent amount of energy they have to attack with, it's really nice. You can just kind of slap down Slowking, soften it up a little bit. Yeah, honestly, that is the Pokemon line there. This deck's really simple, straight to the point. You just kind of use Arcanine to power up stuff. And really, this deck doesn't necessarily take off until kind of around the second turn. So, opening with greens is actually really clutch just because of this final sentence here. If this final sentence wasn't here, this deck would probably shine a little better. But honestly, overall, it's just a fun deck that I kind of threw together so that way I would have something to play for next format. And also, some of the stuff I have coming isn't here yet. So, yeah. The next deck profiles I'm gonna have are probably gonna be a little more serious. Yeah, just to kind of start off a little slow here, going to the next format. This is what I got. But I'm going to talk about some other supporters in here, that being Welder. You can attach up to 2 Fire Energy cards from your hand to one of your Pokemon if you do draw 3 cards. Along with that, we also run 2 Fiery Flint. This is another card that's really nice to grab with your greens. You can just discard 2 cards from your hand. And honestly, you can discard Fire Energy, and then you can search for 4 Fire Energy. And that's the same reason why the Heat Factory is in here. You can discard Fire Energy, draw 2 cards, or draw 3 cards, excuse me, and then you have just some Fire Energy in the discard pile for Grand Flame, which is really nice. And then we have a couple Fire Crystal in here in case we do need to get some energy back to our hand. Energy is actually something I've been kind of like monkeying with in this deck. I had a 10 Fire Energy, 3 Fire Crystal, swapped it out. I don't know which one is the good ratio here. Sometimes Fire Crystal clogs my hand. Sometimes, I don't know. It's just like a weird, awkward thing. But to get our supporters to our hand, of course, we have 4 Pokegear in here. You look at the top 7, you can reveal a supporter card you find there, and you can put it in your hand, shuffle the other cards back into your deck, which is really nice. And honestly, I went for kind of a generic supporter route here. We have 2 Cynthia in here, just to, kind of a hand refresher. I went with Cynthia over Lily just because I tried Lily out in this deck, and I really couldn't get any use out of it just because my hand size would always be more than 6, or I would only be getting 1 card off of it sometimes. So that's another issue there. Then we run Brock's Great in case we need to get some Pokemon back into our deck along with some energy. Uh, this is actually pretty sweet with Aerodactyl. I wish that last sentence on Pokemon Research Lab wasn't here. But yeah, that is definitely an option. You can shuffle Aerodactyl back in and search them back out if you do need some attackers. Also, speaking of Aerodactyl, if you do open with them in your hand, Pokemon Communication is a great card. You can put those Aerodactyls back in your deck, search for a Growlithe, search for a Ditto, search for just whatever, and just kind of go from there. Then we have Palpad to get our supporters back into our deck, which is really helpful. And to round out the deck, I actually decided to throw in a couple triple acceleration energy just so that way I can just immediately attack with Aerodactyl or immediately tackle Soaking, whichever one I might need to go with. And to round out the deck, guys, we have, of course, 11 fire energy. I think that's everything in the deck. The deck's really simple, guys. Oh, yeah, Acrobatic. Acrobatic's in here just kind of speed up stuff. Yeah, that is the deck, guys. It's very simple, straight to the point. It's just kind of a fun deck that I've been monkeying with to start the season off. The next deck profiles I'm going to have are a little more serious, so don't worry, guys. Just kind of starting off with some fun here, easing back into things. And I just wanted to upload something other than the theme deck video. So yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I love you. Hope you did enjoy it. And the next video should be another gameplay, or it should be a deck profile. It won't be a theme deck gameplay. It'll be an actual real gameplay. So yeah, take care, guys. I love you. This is Epic Pokemon TCG, signing out.